analysis by using the graphical method. So in today's lecture, we are going to continue with that. But we'll wait for 1 or 2 more minutes and then we can start with the lecture. Okay, so I think we can start with the lecture, but before that, please, Abhishek Sherkhane, can you please confirm whether the screen is visible or not? Abhishek Sherkhane, please confirm in the chat box whether the screen is visible or not. Okay, Neeraj Akole 201.
Yes, sir, it's visible.
Okay, thank you so much. So before starting with the lecture, I would like to make two announcements. One is related to the audit course and another one is related to the PBL. So I think you are uploading the progress screenshot in the audit course classroom. So up till now, I have uploaded the Google form for the assignment 1, 2, 3, and 4. Right. I hope everybody is uploading the screenshot of their progress tab in that Google form and do it on time. So whenever I upload the Google form related to that assignment, you have to upload the screenshot as soon as possible, right? So those who have not uploaded yet, still now, they should upload, or otherwise at the end, you have to write down that assignment. If you are not giving the, or if you are not attempting the assignment in the that platform, right? So you have to write that assignment if you are not attempting this assignment. Okay, this was related to the audit course, and the second thing is related to the PBL. So in this week we have a session in our timetable for PBL. So the groups which are under me, they have to prepare a small presentation related to their project, right? Whatever work they have finished up till now, the presentation will be based on that, right? So it may have the problem statement or problem definition, then the problem analysis, and whatever work they have done up till now, you should include in your presentation. So that we are going to take in this on this Friday. So I think on Friday we have a session for PBL in our timetable. So as per that session, we are going, and today's com practical will be from 3 to 3:50 p.m. So because from 2 to 3, 80 practical is there for the direct second year student. So we have shifted 1 hour forward, and it will be from 3 to 3:50 p.m. Okay, so these were the announcements. And for the last lecture, I think most of the students were absent. Around 20 students were absent. And we have covered a very important topic in the last lecture. So those who are absent, so now it's your responsibility to look after that and try to understand the things. Okay, so we'll start with the lecture. Now I have confirmed that the screen is visible. Now we are going to solve the second numerical based on the graphical method for the velocity diagram, right? So in this, the previous numerical, so just give me a minute, I will start the recording. Okay, so in the previous numerical, we have gone through the 4-bar mechanism, and we had drawn the velocity diagram for the 4-bar mechanism, and we identified the unknown velocities, the linear and the angular velocities for the links. In this numerical, we are going to see the slider crank mechanism, right? As we know, in the slider crank mechanism, we have a crank, connecting rod, and piston, right? So I will quickly read down the numerical, and then we'll start with the graphical method. I hope everybody is with their drawing books, as I told in the previous lectures, and I'm again and again telling you in the lectures that keep drawing book with you, keep the geometrical instruments with you. Whatever I'm saying, you have to do it with me. Okay. So now I will read the question. So an IC engine mechanism, as shown in the figure, crank AB rotates by 600 RPM, right? So the very first step I told you in the last lecture is to identify the input link. So here input link is your crank AB, and it is rotating by 600 RPM. So RPM is given, so we can find out the omega, the angular velocity for the link AB, by using the simple formula 2 pi n upon 60, right? So that is the first thing we need to identify from this question. Then the length of the crank is also given, that is 0.5 meter, and the connecting rod is 2 meter long. Right, so the crank length and the connecting rod lengths are given. Now when the crank turns 45 degree from the inner dead center, find, so what is needed to find is, the first thing is velocity of piston. We have to find the velocity of piston, right? Then angular velocity of the connecting rod, that is BP. Then velocity of the point D on the connecting rod, which is at a distance of 0.5 meter from the point B, right? So you can see there is one point D on the link BP, right? And its distance is given from the point B, and that is equals to 0.5 meter. So we also need to calculate the velocity of this point, that is point D, right? So these are the required things to be calculated, right? So in the very first step, what we'll do, we'll calculate omega of the link AB, right? And it is calculated as 2 pi n upon 60. So just make one correction here. Omega AB, it is 2 pi n upon 60. So substitute the value of n, that is 600 RPM, and get the angular velocity. And we'll get the answer as 62.84 radian per second, right? Once you calculate the angular velocity, I can also calculate the linear velocity, right? So here I can calculate velocity of B with respect to divided by omega B with respect to A, right? So velocity of B with respect to A, that is equals to AB into omega of B, right? So this is the formula, which is V equals to R omega, right? So we've used this formula, and using this formula, you can calculate the velocity of B with respect to A, and it will be 0.5, which is the length of the crank AB, and it is omega, which is 62.84, and it is 31.415 meter per second, right? So from the given input link, we have obtained this values, right? So make one correction over here. At the place of AO, we have BA over there, right? So from the input link, we have calculated these two things. One is the angular velocity of the input link, and then the linear velocity of the point B with respect to A we have calculated, right? So this was the first step. In the second step, what we are going to do, we are going to draw the configuration diagram, right? So what is configuration diagram? Drawing the same diagram which is given in the question to the scale, right? So here we are considering, we can consider 1 centimeter equals to 0.25 meter, because a crank, we can see crank AB is 0.5 meter and connecting rod is 2 meter, right? So if we use 1 centimeter equals to 0.25 meter, right? So accordingly, we have to draw the configuration diagram, right? So I will give you 5 minutes to draw the configuration diagram, right? So everybody, you have to reply in the chat box after drawing the configuration diagram, right? So your time starts now. It's 12:12. I will resume at exact 12:16. Okay, quickly draw along with me. I will tell you how to draw the configuration diagram. So to draw the configuration diagram, we have to take first the fixed point A, right? Then we have given an angle of 45 degree. So draw a line at an angle of 45 degree. 45 degree, right? Now the length of this link AB, we know it is 0.5 meter. So we have taken a scale, 1 centimeter is equals to 0.25 meter, right? So 0.5 meter is equals to how much centimeter, right? That we have to obtain. So it will be 0.5 by 0.25. Okay. So draw as per that. And then once you get the point B, connecting rod length is also given. Connecting rod length is also given, which is 2 meter long, right? Again, use the scale, right? Then keep your compass at the point B and draw one arc over here, right? So you will get 1 point, and from A you can extend this, draw a straight line which will intersect this arc and then complete the diagram. Your piston position will be over here, right? So draw this simple configuration diagram first as per the scale. Okay, once you're finished, you have to reply in the chat box. We are finished with the configuration diagram. Remember, you have to maintain this drawing book because this will be checked at the later part for your external examination and also for your term work examination. Okay, so 2 students are finished. So we'll wait for 1 or 2 more minutes so others can finish with the configuration diagram.
सर कनेक्टिंग रॉड का कैसे करना है फिर से एक्सप्लेन कीजिए।
ये देखो, सबसे पहले क्या करना है, जो पॉइंट ए जो है डायग्राम में, राइट? सो वी हैव टू टेक दैट पॉइंट ए, राइट? देन वी नो द लेंथ ऑफ ए बी। ए बी की लेंथ हमें पता है और वो ए बी का जो एंगल है वो भी हमें पता है, राइट? सो वी हैव टू ड्रॉ ए बी, right, at an angle of 45 degree, right? So now we have a point B. Connecting rod का length कितना दिया है? 2 meter long, right? So we have taken a scale, 1 centimeter is equals to 0.25 meter, right? Then for 2 meter, how much centimeter we have to take, right? So we have to find this from the scale. Whatever centimeter you are going to get, keep your rounder compass at the point B and take that centimeter and mark a arc over here, right? And from A you have to draw the straight line right? Wherever it is going to intersect with the arc, that will be your point P, right? And join B to P, right? Simple. That will be the position of your piston, right? Getting everybody?
Okay, sir.
It's just the construction, nothing more complex we are doing over here. Okay, so I think I've given sufficient time for the configuration diagram. Now it's time to go for the velocity diagram. Right now, as I told you, while drawing the velocity diagram, you have to first identify the fixed point. Right, you have to first identify the fixed point. Right, here we can see there is one fixed point, which is the point A over here. So what I will do, I will just slide or take my screen somewhat down. Okay, so now what I will do, I will identify the fixed point. Now from the slide reckoning mechanism, I can see point A is fixed. So in the velocity diagram, the first step is to mark the point for the fixed point, and it should be denoted by a small letter A, right? So please do it along with me. Right, please do it along with me. I'm not going to give the additional time for this. So take the point A on your page, right? That will be your fixed point, right? Now, what we are going to do, we are going to target the second step. I told you to target the input link, because for the input link, we know the magnitude as well as the direction, right? So our input link is AB, right? So before drawing or proceeding with the velocity diagram, we have to take the scale that I forget to mention. So we are taking a scale of 1 centimeter equals to 6 meter per second, because for velocity of B with respect to A, what value we are getting is 31.415415 meter per second, right? So this we can take with the help of a scale. So we are taking scale as 1 centimeter equals to 6 meter per second. Now again, I'm telling the scale, whatever I'm taking over here is not compulsory to take it as same, right? As per your convenience, you can select the scale. Now for this, I've selected 1 centimeter equals to 6 meter per second. So that means 31.415 is equals to how much centimeter, right? So this is for the link AB. Right, so this will be equals to 31.415 divided by 6, right? Whatever answer you are going to get, it will be in centimeter. Okay, so find out the length of that crank AB, right? Then what we need to do, so we know that for a vector we require a magnitude as well as direction. So magnitude we have obtained in centimeter, and direction, what will be the direction? So remember, in the last lecture I told you that whatever link you have, the velocity direction will be always perpendicular to that link, right? So for AB, we can see AB is over here, and I can draw the velocity direction, and it will be like this, right? Because it is rotating in the clockwise direction. If it is rotating in the anti-clockwise direction, then the velocity direction will be towards the left, right? So but this is not the case. The actual case is the link AB is rotating in the clockwise direction, so its velocity direction is pointing in this direction. It is perpendicular to AB. It is perpendicular to AB over here, right? So similarly, in the velocity diagram, we have to draw this, right? So this should be parallel to what we have taken over there, right? So this point will be point B, right? And if I draw the arrow like this, now you can see the arrow is pointing towards the B. So this will be velocity of B with respect to A, and is represented by vector AB, right? It is represented by vector AB, right? So please complete up to this step, right? So this is the vector AB for my input link. So we have finished with the link AB. We still have piston and the link BP with us. Okay, so everybody has finished with this. As I told you, do along with me, so will not waste much time. Please reply in the chat box. Okay. So now next thing. Now we have finished with the input link. For input link, we have defined the input link by vector AB, whose magnitude as well as direction is known. But for the another links, like for the piston and the link BP, right? We know the direction, but the magnitude is unknown, right? So that is the problem, right? So for example, for piston and the link BP, what is the problem? Magnitude is not known, but direction is known. Here also for the link BP, magnitude is not known, but direction is known, right? How direction is known? So if you consider the link BP, the direction will always be perpendicular to that link. So this will be the direction. And what about the piston? Piston, we know if the crank rotates, the piston is going to move horizontally. So its direction will be horizontal, right? It will be horizontal, right? So the linear motion is there, so direction will be horizontal. So any body moving on a straight path, like this, it will have the velocity, right, parallel to its motion, right? So that thing we know. So we know now the direction for the piston and the link BP. Now what we'll do, this piston P, as we know, it is moving in the horizontal direction and it is going to reciprocate with respect to fixed point A, right? So what we'll do for drawing the vector for the piston, right? So we'll start from the point A. Right? So we'll draw a line which we are going to extend to the right of the A as well as to the left of the A. Why we are doing this? Because we don't know the magnitude. We only know the direction, and direction is whatever I have drawn the line, right? We don't know the magnitude right now. Okay, so this line I have drawn, the red line, for the velocity direction of the piston. I don't know whether the point P is going to come to this direction or to this side or to the other side, right? So right now I only know the direction, right? So here, one more thing you need to understand, point P is nothing but the intersection of your BP and AP, right? ये B, ये A point है, दोनों का intersection point P की तरफ होगा, right? Now we have drawn now the velocity direction for the piston. Now only the link remaining is the BP, right? So BP का जो direction होगा वो उसके link के perpendicular होगा, velocity का direction, right? So one trick I told you. Now for we are considering the link BP, right? So from which point we have to start the vector? So the possibilities are from point B and from point P, right? So if we talk about point P, we don't have point P in the velocity diagram. So we cannot start with the point P, but we have point B in the velocity diagram. So we can start with the point B. So as we know the direction, it will be perpendicular to the link BP, right? So what I will do, I will draw from the point B and it will be perpendicular to the link BP, right? Now see this line is perpendicular to this BP. Okay, so now intersection of this line with this red line will be your point P over here, right? So what is this? If I draw the arrow over here, it is pointing towards P. So this is what velocity of P, right, with respect to A. Now in the previous lecture, I also told you that whenever the velocity of the point P is with respect to some fixed point, this can also be written only velocity of P, right? Because it is with respect to the fixed point, right? Then if I draw the arrow like this, what is this? This is velocity of B with respect to P, right? So now what I will do, I will erase the additional parts, additional lines, and this is my final velocity diagram, right? So whether everybody has reached to this point, please reply in the chat box. see over here, the point P which we are considering over, it is the intersection of BP and AP, right? So in the velocity diagram also you can see the point P is over here and it is the intersection of AP and BP, right? Remember this trick. Please reply whether everybody has reached to this point so that we can identify now the required things which are asked in the question. Okay, so now we'll move to the question what they have asked, because we have finished with the velocity diagram, but still we need to locate the point D, that we'll see later, but whatever initially they have asked, that will calculate. Now they have asked us the velocity of piston P. Now remember here, when they only talk about the velocity of any point, it will be always be respect to some fixed point. For example, here point A is the fixed. So velocity of piston P, this means that they want to say that velocity of the point P with respect to the fixed point, right? When they will say the relative velocity of the piston with respect to some another point, in that case only we have to take the relative velocity. But what they have asked in the question is the velocity of piston P. That means we have to assume that this velocity will be with respect to some fixed point, right? So in the velocity diagram, you have to measure this vector AP, right? You have to measure this vector AP, right? So here you have to measure the vector AP. You will get this in some centimeters, right? Then again go to the scale. For velocity diagram, we have taken the scale as 1 centimeter equals to 6 meter per second, right? So whatever centimeters you are going to get, that you have to equate and you have to find the velocity of piston in meter per second, right? So do this thing and tell me the answer for the velocity of piston. Okay, the Somesh has said 27.6. Directly tell me the velocity in meter per second. Okay, 27.6, then 25. Now you can see, you can observe the chat box and you will see the variation in the velocities, because this is because of the manual error. Because whatever you are drawing, if you're not drawing perpendicular, the perfect perpendicular lines, right, or the parallel lines, then you're going to get the variations in the answer, right? So you can see, just see the chat box, the students are answering and cross-check your answer with others, right? You can see how much difference is there, right? Some are getting 27 meter per second, some are getting 26.4, some are getting 25.2, right? So there is around up to 2 meter per second error, plus minus 2 meter per second error is there. Okay, so I will check the answer on the next slide. So the answer is, the velocity is 26.4 meter per second, 26.4 meter per second. So velocity of P is 26.4 meter per second. So this is our first answer, right? So what is second one? They are asking about the angular velocity of the connecting rod BP. So how to write this angular velocity? So this angular velocity omega BP will be equals to, because we know V is equals to R omega. So omega will be V BP upon BP, right? So this formula we have to use to calculate angular velocity of the link BP, right? So now to calculate omega BP, we should know VBP. Measure the vector PB, right? And then convert it into substitute over here, divide it by BP. Whatever original length is there, BP is 2 meter long. This velocity should be in meter per second, and calculate the value of omega BP, right? Once you calculate, reply in the chat box. Reply the answer for the omega angular velocity of the link BP, that is the connecting rod. So the answer is 22.2 meter per second. 22.2 meter per second. Omega BP is equals to 22.2 meter per second. Okay, that was for the velocity of BP. Sorry, that was for velocity of BP. The linear velocity, this is linear velocity. And if you calculate the angular velocity, it will be 11.1 radian per second. 11.1 radian per second. Okay, so BP we have calculated, it is 11.1 radian per second, right? Now, one more thing we have to do in this numerical is that we have to calculate the velocity of the point D, which is lying on the link BP, which is the connecting rod, right? So for that, what we need to do that we are going to see, right? So we have to use the velocity image principle over here. Now, what is velocity of image principle over here? So here we can see the point D present in this configuration diagram. This point D is lying on the connecting rod BP and it is dividing the line BP in some ratio, right? For example, we'll see that, or I can write it as BP upon DP, right? So this is equals to small BP upon DP, right? So the point D, which is dividing the link BP in the configuration diagram, the ratio will be same if we take it in the velocity diagram, right? So in the velocity diagram also, the point D is going to divide the vector PB in the same ratio. So we can write down this formula, very simple formula, that is BP upon DP, that is equals to small BP upon small DP, right? So from this, what we can do, so here we know BP, we know DP. So this we can get it from the configuration diagram. What about small BP? So we have a vector BP that we know, and this DP we don't know. So from this we can calculate this DP. So DP will be equals to BP divided by PP into DP. Okay, just a minute. So DP will be equals to capital DP upon BP into BP over here, right? So you have to calculate this DP. Then once you get this DP, right? So then what you have to do, you have to take your compass. You have to take your compass. You have to keep it on the point P, and whatever distance you are getting for DP, you have to take that from P, and then you have to mark the point on this vector. This will be your point D, right? You will get the point D. Once you get the point D, only the thing you have to do is you have to connect this point D with your fixed point, right? Connect the point D with our fixed point, right? So what is this? If I draw the arrow, this will be velocity of D with respect to A, or this is the absolute velocity, or we can also write it down as velocity of D. As I told you, whenever we talk about the absolute velocity, we can take it as velocity of D also, or velocity of D with respect to A also, right? So now to obtain the velocity of D, what we need to do, we have to measure this vector. We have to measure this vector, and this vector will be AD, right? Measure this vector and calculate the velocity. Okay, so now the solution required is velocity of the point D on the connecting rod, right? So that we need to obtain, right? So please reply in the chat box, what is the velocity of the point D, which is on the connecting rod? Yes, please reply for the velocity of point D. I'm waiting for the answer. 28.8. Okay, just check. Okay, so answer is correct. It is 28.8, right? 28.8 meter per second. So velocity we are getting 28.8. I hope everybody is getting the same answer, 28.8. Please reply fast. I've just displayed the solution screen. All the answers you can see on the screen. Hello, Somesh, do you want to talk anything? Your voice is not clearly audible. You can type it in the chat box if you have any.
सर एग्जाम में कितना वेरी चलता है?
एग्जाम में
वेरी कितना चलता आंसर में?
चलता है 1 mm प्लस माइनस 1 मीटर पर सेकंड का चलता है. ऐसा कुछ हार्ड एंड फास्ट रूल नहीं. वेरिएशन तो होने ही वाला है, उसमें कोई डाउट नहीं है, क्योंकि everybody is having different way of drawing. So manual error will be there and variations will be there. So plus minus.
Hello,
one. Yes.
सर स्टेप फिर से बताओगे क्या सर?
कौन सा?
डीपी फाइंड करने की. डीपी फाइंड का.
डी पॉइंट का. डी पॉइंट देखो बहुत सिंपल है, आपको सिर्फ एक फॉर्मूला यूज करना है. कॉन्फ़िगरेशन डायग्राम में आपको देखना है. कॉन्फ़िगरेशन डायग्राम में डी आपका यहाँ पे ये पोजीशन पे, राइट? सो वी हैव अ डी एट दिस पोजीशन. सो फॉर दिस formula what I can write, BP upon BD, right? So this is from the configuration diagram. और velocity diagram में सिर्फ आपको क्या करना है, ये जो capital letters में लिखा है उसको सिर्फ small letters में लिखना है. So BP upon BD, right? So while writing this equation, make sure that only one unknown is there, right? Because what we need to do, we can see the point D in the configuration diagram, and that point D we have to plot on the velocity diagram, right? So अगर ये equation हम लिखते हैं तो इसमें unknown क्या होगा? BP हमें known है, BD known है. Yes, BP is also known. It is from the velocity diagram. We can see BP over here. So this is our BP. So this is known, right? Only unknown is BD, right? So इसमें क्या करेंगे हम? BD जो unknown है उसे हम लिखेंगे BD upon BP into BP. Right? So from this equation you have to find this BD. आपको अगर BD मिला तो आप क्या करोगे? BD मिलने के बाद you have to take the compass, keep it at the point B as a center, and जितना distance है BD का उतना distance लेना है आपको compass में, and you have to mark the arc over here, right? So marking the arc, you will get the point D over here, right? Once you get the point D, only thing you have to do is joint the fixed point in the velocity diagram to that point D, and this will be your velocity vector, right? So this will be velocity of D with respect to A, right? अगर ये वेक्टर आप मेजर करोगे, AD वेक्टर आप मेजर करोगे तो आपको वेलोसिटी मिलेगी पॉइंट D की, right? So only you have to construct that point D from the configuration diagram into the velocity diagram and just join it with the fixed point and just measure the vector and come to the conclusion. Hope that is clear.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so can we proceed further? Now next problem is again for velocity, and this time I'm not going to waste time in calculation. I will just tell you how to draw the velocity diagram, right? Because the questions that are going to be asked in the exam, they will not be based only on the velocity diagram. The question will be like in that question, you have to draw the velocity as well as the acceleration diagram, right? So we are not now only discussing about one part of the question where we have to draw the velocity diagram, right? The things are going to be worst when we are going to include the acceleration diagram, because for acceleration we have discussed that there are two components for a link. One is the tangential and the second one is the centripetal acceleration, right? So can we move further? Please reply in the chat box. Yes, quickly, we don't have time. Okay. So now we'll move to the next problem. Just take the screenshot or take the screenshot of this numerical. I will only tell you how to draw the velocity diagram and you can solve it later in your drawing book. Okay. So we'll talk only about the velocity diagram. So I will quickly read the question. So in figure, the angular velocity of the crank OA is 600 RPM. So we have identified the input link, which is crank OA, and it can be represented as a vector because we know magnitude as well as direction. We can obtain the magnitude and direction also we know it will be perpendicular to the link, right? Then determine the linear velocity of the slider D, right? And angular velocity of the link BD. So we have to identify the velocity of the slider D and the angular velocity of the link BD when the crank is inclined at an angle of 75 degrees to the vertical, right? So dimensions of various links are OA 28, AB 44, BC 49, and BD 46. The center distance between the centers of rotation O and C is 65 mm. The path of travel of the slider is 11 mm below the fixed point C. The slider moves along the horizontal path and OC is vertical, right? So all these things are given for drawing the configuration diagram, right? So this thing, like the path of travel of the slider is 11 mm below the fixed point C. So we have a fixed point C over here, and they're telling that the slider, the path of the travel of the slider is 11 mm below the fixed point C. So this is 11 mm. So this is required to draw the configuration diagram, because before moving to the velocity diagram, it is important to draw the configuration diagram, right? So because we have to take the perpendiculars from the configuration diagram into the velocity diagram. That's why the configuration diagram is important in the graphical method, right? So obviously we'll start with the step one by calculating the velocities, right? So here we have an input link. We have identified the input link and it is OA, right? So for this OA, we have the RPM 600, right? So if you know the RPM, we can calculate the omega. So omega of A with respect to O, that is 2 pi n upon 60, calculate it. It will be 62.84 radian per second. Then similarly, we have to calculate velocity of A with respect to O, right? Linear velocity. So it is radius multiplied by its angular velocity, 28 multiplied by 62.84, and we're going to get this as 1.76 meter per second, right? So this is the very simple step, first step. We have to calculate the velocity, angular and linear velocity of the input link. Then draw the configuration diagram as per the scale. Select the suitable scale and draw the configuration diagram. Now we'll jump directly to the velocity diagram, right? So let me go down. Okay. So now here the very first step I told you in the velocity diagram is to identify the fixed point. So I will identify the fixed point first. Right. So I can see point O and point C, point O and point C. So I will take any point on the screen and I will write down this as O comma C, right? So I've taken care of this two fixed point O comma C. I've taken at the same point because both are fixed, so they have to be taken at the same point, right? Then we have to target the input link, right? So what is the input link? OA is the input link, and we know the magnitude of this input link and as well as the direction of this input link, right? What is the magnitude? Magnitude is 1.76 meter per second. And what is the direction? As it is rotating in the anticlockwise direction, so its direction will be in this, perpendicular to the link OA, right? Now in the velocity diagram, so just let me take these points. Okay, So now in the velocity diagram, we'll draw parallel to this line, right? So we have to start with the point O, right? And we have to move in the downward direction. Just a minute. Okay, so we have got this point and we are going to denote this point as point A. So what we have drawn, just let me denote the velocity for this. So this is velocity of A with respect to O, right? And is represented by vector OA. Okay. So for this, we were knowing the magnitude. For the velocity diagram, you can take the scale, convenient scale. So here I've taken 1 centimeter equals to 0.5 meter per second. And accordingly, if 1 centimeter is equals to 0.5 meter per second, then 1.76 meter per second is equals to how much centimeter, right? So the answer will be the magnitude of this vector. Okay, so that thing I think you have done in the previous problem, so we'll not waste time on that. So now we have identified our vector OA, we have drawn it, right? Then we have to target the next link now, right? We have to target the next link. So we have finished with the first link, that is OA. Now what we'll do, we'll try to, we have the point O comma C, we have the point A. Now we'll try to identify the another point and we'll target the point B over here, right? So I will tell you one very useful trick over here. So I have to target the point B over here, and I can see the B point is the intersection of, for example, AB and BC, right? अगर आप देखोगे तो ये AB और BC, right? इनके intersection से B point मिलता है. What is the another possibility of intersection? BD or BC, BD or BC, right? So what we'll do to identify the point B, we'll target now the link AB and the link BC, right? So first now we'll see here point C. We can draw the velocity direction of the point B with respect to C, because C is the fixed point, right? So it will be very simple for us. So if we take the link BC now, you take the link BC, हमें BC को अभी target करना है, right? BC में I can start my vector from either point B or C, right? दो options है, right? So B से मैं start नहीं कर सकता क्योंकि point B is not there in the velocity diagram, but I can start with the point C because point C is there in the velocity diagram, right? So I have identified a point from where I can draw the vector. So हम अगर BC consider करें link तो उसकी direction होगी velocity की perpendicular to the link BC. So what I will do, I will draw a line parallel to this in the velocity diagram. It will be like this, right? So what I've done, I've extended the both sides because I don't know the magnitude, only I know the direction, right? So I've done with the link OA initially, and now I've done with the link BC. Now I have to target which link, because I know point B is the intersection of BC and AB. Abhi BC, we have seen BC, now we will go for AB. AB again, if I write down, if I'm targeting AB, right? AB I can, for AB I can draw the vector from either A or I can draw it from B. So we have to identify which point is available. So B point is not available, but A point is available. So what I will do, I will start drawing the vector from the point A. In which direction? As I'm considering AB, so it will be perpendicular to the link AB, right? And it should be started from which point? A point, right? So what I will do, I will draw one vector which will be parallel to this. And I will draw, extend it on the both the sides because I don't know the direction. Okay, so this is my direction for the AB. Okay, direction for AB. So now we have to, just a minute, I will erase this part. Okay, so I was drawing for AB and it is drawn like this. Okay, so now you can see now this green line and this blue line. So green line was the vector for the link BC. Green line was the vector for the link BC, and the blue line is the vector for the link AB, right? The two lines are going to intersect at the point B. At the point B over here. So I will erase the additional part. Right now, what we have done, we have identified the point B. Right, we have identified the point B. So right now we have O, C, A, and B. Right now, which point is remaining? We have to next target the next point is point D. Right, because we have O point in our velocity diagram, we have A point, we have B point, we have C point. Now only one point is remaining, that is the velocity, that is the piston point, that is the point D. Right, so how to identify that point D now? Right, so for D, we are going to target the link BD now. Right, so link BD we are going to target. Right, so for this, I can draw a vector from B as well as from D, but D point is not there. For then the available option is point B. We can start drawing the vector from the point B, but in which direction? Perpendicular to the link BD. Perpendicular to the link BD, and this should start from the point B. Right, so I will draw one perpendicular. So parallel to this line, I am going to draw from the vector B. It will be somewhat like this. Right, you can see this is parallel. It may not be exactly parallel because I'm drawing with the instrument, so I'm not getting the exact parallel lines. So please consider this as the parallel line to that. So I've drawn one parallel line, so you can extend it on the both the sides because we don't know where it is going to intersect, right? So now we have done with the BD, but still we have not got the point D. But we have one more thing in our configuration diagram, and that is the slider. And we know this slider is going to move horizontally, right? So this direction of velocity will be horizontal, right? So what we'll do, we have to draw the direction for this velocity, and this piston, the velocity of this piston will be always with respect to the fixed point. So we can start from the O comma C for this, right? The velocity direction we are going to draw from the O comma C, right? So this is my O comma C, right? So what I will do, I will draw one horizontal line which is passing from O comma C, and I will extend on both the sides. Right now you'll see this direction is not important because we don't have anything in this direction. Okay, so I will erase that directional part. Right, and we can see they are intersecting at one point, and we will consider this point. This point is our point P, right? So all the additional parts I'm going to erase. So this part, then this part, right? So this is our velocity diagram. Right? So I will write this point B some downwards, right? So if I want to show the velocities, how I'm going to show the velocities? So if I show the arrow in this direction, it will be velocity of A with respect to B. If I show here, I have shown velocity of A with respect to O. Then here, if I show like this, it will be velocity of P with respect to O or C. If I show like this, it will be velocity of B with respect to P, right? And if I show like this over here, it will be velocity of B with respect to O, right? So in this way, in this velocity diagram, we can
Sir, velocity B with respect to D है.
velocity of B with respect to
Point P instead of D. Notation I think wrong है.
okay. Sorry, I'm always confused between the piston. Whenever I take the name of piston, I take the point P. So it is D over here, right? So D with respect to O, and P with respect to D. Okay, so this is the velocity diagram, and you can use or follow the same procedure for the previous one, and you can identify all the unknown velocities from this diagram. So just measure the vectors, convert it into meter per second, and get your answers, right? So please reply in the chat box whether this was very clear to everybody. Kindly reply fast. Okay, now what you're going to do, you're going to practice this problem at home. Take the screenshot of this numerical. Take the screenshot of this numerical and you have to practice this problem at home. Complete this problem. And from the next lecture, we are going to start with the velocity as well as the acceleration diagram. So in that case, the things will be very complicated, right? So please be prepared, practice this numerical so that you will be prepared for the next lecture. Okay, so now I think it is very clear to everybody. Now we can stop the lecture and you can type present in the chat box for the attendance. If you have